Now let's talk about the customers. I'm keen to understand from you, what is your view on the future development of equipment? How much of that equipment could be customized?
We do not think that additive manufacturing is a fully customized or special machine business. Yeah, we do not see that, but I think that it's very important to drive modularization. It's very important to drive upgradeability. It's very important to drive things like optionalization, so options which can be retrofitted at a later point of view. It's a trade-off between return of investment, basically. Is it worth to develop something for the end customers? But what I do not see is that every customer needs a different machine. Yeah, I think this is not the future.
I think we need to move now the technology on a platform-based technology. And so what we do on the metal side now, we have the M300 now as a platform, yeah, and deviating now in sizes, deviating maybe even in applications, we can optimize this platform in the one or the other direction. So it will gain us time because we do not have to develop everything new. We can take basis of this platform concept. We can also integrate in upgrades. It gives us the ability to customize the machines. I don't think we have now one machine for one application, so we have somehow maybe a medical optimized technology, maybe an aerospace optimized technology, but always based on platforms.
As a machine OEM, we should walk into a direction to have like a Volkswagen modularity platform. So at least this is our approach, to be very modular, but for sure we cannot be open everywhere, as this would prevent us from really industrializing this technology and delivering the most robust machine tools. Yeah? So there's exactly the trade-off that René mentioned, that to a certain extent we have to be open, flexible and modular, but on the other hand we only want to sell machines, install machines which are validated, which have run through certain cycles of system testing, and you cannot do that if you have a too broad range of variants in your portfolio.
Where do you see the most pull coming from? Is it distributed equally, or is it more a materials driven specialization, or is it the old discussion about the bigger the better?
It's difficult for me to answer where's the main driver for this modularity, but I think number of lasers, of course, and size is a major topic. So productivity at the end and the size, because it gives as well flexibility at the end.
So what does the customer want? The customer has identified maybe what you said before, your killer applications, and what does it mean now for the innovation of the products? Then let's focus on this, and then from there derive to the questions what you had said. Okay, do we maybe for these applications need a different scanning system, a different laser source, or maybe different energy source? Yeah? Do we need a big machine, small machine, detailed resolution machine? So I would come from the customer's side. It's based around the scanner, the laser, the material, which is key. Material, Oerlikon material is really key for the whole thing. And then also the software is also very important. So these, I would say, these are the 4 focus points where we should focus on.
First of all, I would like to mention that we should really not be too innovative, right? Because reliability, robustness of the systems is key and will remain key. To add one thing that is frequently mentioned and asked from our customers is really to improve the ease of use of the machines, right? To have more automation in the machines, less calibration efforts. We really need to take care that to deliver an integrated solution that is to some extent automated, where it makes sense in terms of economics.
If a customer buys a machine, how do we prevent that he's locked in when the next generation will come up?
Well, I think modularity and the different options which we are offering to our customers are playing an important role, because we are still in a young technology. We are still in short innovation cycles because there will be always innovation. And what we can do as a machine tool builder is that we offer interfaces, that we offer the possibility to upgrade machines, maybe even sometimes, make an example, peripheral equipment, for example. So this is something where we really have to take care that we have these interfaces, and that's one important topic, work on standard interfaces where it can be used maybe with one machine from supplier A and with a supplier B.
No, I think the upgradeability is very important. Since we moved back to a platform-based system now, then we have abilities to do the upgrades, and this is key for us. And we should also think in a different direction. We should also think, can we then also offer some kind of business models, to whatever, swap the technologies, and generate a used system market. Well, we will always have a solution ready, but we need the interfaces that the customer can integrate their own whatever transport system or automation system.
We are a strong fan of retrofits and where possible, right? What I could imagine to do here is maybe trade-in programs to take old machines back from the customer, put it on a used machine platform to sell it in let's say markets where this high productivity is maybe not so important. What we always do is to help customers to get fast up to speed with next generation machines. We help here in the Delta qualification. We help here really to transfer the process in a very good way, to transfer the qualified processes.
It was mentioned already before, from a customer perspective, easy to use, reliable, quality has to be assured. How do you feel about the reliability, easy of use machines you're providing today? And maybe you can give an outlook. You can give an outlook to us. Where do you see the future developments with regard to these quality, reliable aspects?
I think on the one hand side, which is important, is that we improve the process stability. I mean, this is key. We probably know all this. We also we work on the reproducibility of the build jobs, for instance. On the other hand side, we work on advanced process monitoring and control, and on the digital process chain, about digital twins, about condition monitoring, and also condition-based maintenance. So these are the three areas where we work on now, that we improve this topic quality.
We are using sensitive parameters in the process development to identify even weak points of the machines, which have not an influence on the final part quality of the end customer, but it helps us to understand how hardware modifications have an influence on the process quality. So we tested even machines on different locations, not only in Germany, as well in different locations, to check that in detail. And I think that's for me one important topic, because if you have that under control, it's much easier to transfer process results from one machine to another machine, and at the end, even from machine type to machine type.
Yes, there was a time, at least I remember, where the manufacturers seemed to be a little bit trying to build their own hemisphere, trying to protect something which to some extent maybe also has limited progress, instead of having more open interfaces for others to support.
Maybe in the recent years, the machine manufacturers were not too open in terms of interfaces, because I think, first of all, it was really necessary to deep dive into the fundamentals of our technology, to understand how the technology works, what are the process critical elements in the machine and also around the machine. Yeah. One example is the filtration system has a huge impact of the conditions in the print chamber. So for us, this is a core, let's say, equipment, even though it's a periphery item, right? So I think at least we made a huge progress here to define really non-core and core stuff. We at SLM, we are open to now talk with other machine manufacturers like EOS and TRUMPF about common interfaces.
Yeah, the customer-centric, the modularization, the standardization, these are great things to hear. And the open interfaces, to be open for collaboration and for other partners to connect their systems to the printers, to improve then process monitoring, as mentioned, all these things. So if we will meet in a year, what would be our statement when we meet again in a year, what we promise our customers, what has been realized?
But the main message from my point of view is that we have to link quality and productivity increase together.
Yeah, to build on this, I think also to find a trade-off between innovation and also quality. And
I agree to that, but on the other hand, I also think we should have a certain balance between pushing the limits of this technology, because it's still a very young technology, and what we really have to take care of is, and we all need to convince our great engineers to also work on the boring stuff, right? The little screw or the little piece in the build envelope that is maybe distracting the gas flow or has any influence on the final print results. So,
but it sounds to me that all the printer manufacturers here have a good idea, a good plan how to go forward. Looking forward to meet all of you at the AMTC in Aachen. Thank you very much.